I'm Kiara, and I will be briefly discussing the iconoclastic controversy that caused uproar in the Byzantine Empire for over 100 years. Um, an iconoclast is someone that does not serve images. An iconodule is someone that does serve images. So these two groups of people were at odds for over 100 years. The controversy was caused by Emperor Leo III, who was over the Byzantine Empire, which is now present-day Rome. The controversy created political and economic division, as you would assume. Destroying all religious icons, removing them from their churches would cause a problem. But they argued that veneration was being misdirected, and they were mainly worried that worshippers were praying or serving the image more than they were God himself. And they backed up their argument by referring to the Old Testament in Exodus that said worshiping graven images is prohibited and is there. So this is why they believe so strongly in their cause. It's also said that Emperor Leo was influenced by the Muslim faith because they don't serve religious icons either. Now, onto iconodule. These are people who serve religious images. They pray to icons and things like that. Their argument was based on incarnation. St. John of Damascus, had the most sound argument in my opinion, where he said that hypostasis, which is a Christian doctrine, one of three parts of the Trinity, it states that in nature of Jesus Christ, the divine and the human, that is all combined. That's one thing. So the hypostasis of the Son is incarnate, which is human form. So, with that being said, we should be able to depict Christ in art, or his said humanity does not exist. This means that if we cannot depict Christ in art, he obviously is not a human being. He also suggested that the image was only a symbol. The creation of the icon is justified since by virtue of incarnation, God himself had become man. The first one and the latter arguments are basically saying the same thing. They're also made by the same person, but to me, the second one that I read, it's a little clearer than the first. What is an icon? An icon can be as small as a pendant worn around your neck as a necklace, or it can be large with panels that open and close. These sort of icons are believed to be activated if opened. Icons were also mounted on poles and carried into battles for protection. While researching, I came across the Ark of Covenant. It's something I've known about, but by definition, I would say that it's an icon. So in the Bible, the Ark of the Covenant was used to aid the Israelites to the Promised Land. In the Battle of Jericho, the Ark of the Covenant was carried into battle, and when the priests carried the Ark of the Covenant, they stepped into the river, and the waters receded, and that let the Israelites pass through. The Ark of the Covenant is said to have sacred power, and so did other icons, and they are called iconoclasts. These type of icons are not made by hand. They are said to be divine and to have sacred power. One that you may know of is the mandolin, which is a cloth with Jesus' face on it, and the carmelin, which is a ceramic towel that has the impression of Jesus' face from the mandolin. One thing about iconoclasts, they are characterized by miraculous replication. That is a common feature of them being sacred. If they can all of a sudden replicate, then this must be something that was not made by a human hand, but by the divine. As far as if I am a iconoclast or iconodule, I would say that I'm iconodule based on my